this was a sin. What kind of hell am I in? I thought that you were my friend. Didn't know you would pretend. She would be there if the money is spent. Told her I need it for rent. Now she don't wanna see me again. First it was 5, now it is 10. Pockets is low, so I guess it's the end. I used to pray for you. I was a slave for you, but I guess it was a game for you. Never be the same for you. Can't believe I changed for you. See me, these bitches ain't loyal. No, if she resurrected for the rapture, I hope that I'm selected. I just need a second. Drinking the blood of the body of Christ. Eating the pussy like one of those nights. I was blind, she restored my sight. If I was blind, couldn't ignore that light. I just wish I could afford that price. I used to pray for you. I was a slave for you, but I guess it was a game for you. Never be the same for you. Can't believe I changed for you. See me, these bitches ain't loyal. No. Understanding ourselves on the deepest level, we have to learn to separate happiness and this light and the darkness, and understanding the shadow and the physical. So, in all totality, we're in a place where I just feel very in our
Can y'all hear me now? I see something, but I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Music too loud. I ain't got no music on. Yo, can y'all hear me now? 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 Okay, cool. Wow. That's crazy. You know, this whole situation is always so weird. Technology, man. It's always retrogrades and technology. These things don't mix all the way. So here we are. And y'all said music is playing. That's the thing that I don't get. Where do y'all get? What the hell is music at? Intro still playing. We can hear you though. The music is cool. I'm just tripping on music though. Like why can't I hear no music? Let me see. What about now? Is there any music playing? I see where the music is coming from. Well, at least it was some background music playing the whole entire time. At least it wasn't like radio silence and shit like that. Whew, got to be more careful. So, thanks to y'all for being patient. What a way to start the evening. The Hoodmystic. The Hoodmystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Here with a retrograde report. And show's over, folks. That is the retrograde report. Shit don't always be like you want it to be all the time. You understand what I'm saying? However, if you actually, so really y'all can click off the video now because that's literally the whole message. But you know, as we deal with our challenges, as we are dealing with our provocations, how do you meet those challenges as we deal with a quarter moon leading up to this weekend, dealing with a full moon? Hopefully you're going into this full moon with an intention, and hopefully you seeing the challenges that stand before you, but hopefully you will continue to persevere, right? Because generally I could have just kept talking, or y'all could have just clicked off, which probably a lot of people did. But generally it's a solution right around the corner, and that's the message with these particular transits. You understand, like these times are so serious and need to be talked about at a deeper esoteric level. But I find it real troubling and real disheartening that a lot of people that y'all will rely on for spiritual insight, they more referencing things that are external, whether it's like these television shows, or whether it's the politics, or whether it's Ice Cube or Kanye West, or all of these Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and all of these external events that I hear a lot of people drumming up and going on and on and on about. You know, them people gonna live their life. They gonna do them things. But what about you, the observer, the consumer? How are you internalizing this information? Is it empowering you? Is it taking you to another level? Is it helping you understand your experience? And if it is, awesome. But if it isn't, that's where I find a calling to constantly want to share. To constantly, whether I'm having problems or difficulties, to be forward and speak my truth. And hopefully if it resonates with you and it vibrates with you, you can wake up tomorrow completely renewed and restored. Because today was a very interesting day as far as like energy is being concerned. I had a Kundalini experience very early in the day. I had big plans for the day, and you know, I'm already prepared for the course and everything is situated for that, and I'm so excited for that. And so today I don't know what I was going to do. You know, my plans were irrelevant, but the Kundalini experience that I experienced internally led me into a space where I was seeing the past, but I was also seeing the future. And the future is a lot of things of what I've been trying to get across in previous videos, and maybe it's not too clear. Maybe this retrograde has my conversation all over the place. But hopefully, I hope you guys know that your angels are here to assist you. And you might hear that a lot to the point that it becomes cliche, into which you may not understand it, or you may look at it as something as biblical. But I want it to be as real as you looking your neighbor in the mirror, or not in the mirror, but in the face, or, opening the door. I just want it to be real for everyone to understand that they have angels that work for them. Now, if that's the case, if you can smoke a bag of that, then one must really have a real in tune dialogue with your guardian angel. So you might be in a toxic relationship, you might be in a dead-end job, you might be in a situation to which you feel like you are powerless and you can't get out of it, to which I say, have you been fucking with your guardian angels? Right? Like, do you really fuck with your guardian angels though? Because a lot of people will a lot of people is going through a lot of shit in 2020, right? We're going through a lot of shit in 2020, but I'm saying though, do you have to? Do you have to go through the shit that you are going through? Or, now, correct me if I'm wrong, you got a real tight relationship with your guardian angels and you feel like you still fucked up, right? Or you externalizing a situation with your baby mama, your baby daddy. That's real shit. And the reality is, like, I play a lot about baby mama or baby daddy, but the reality is that we need to get back together with the motherfuckers. You understand? If we can. Sometimes it's too bad, but we go back and forth with that shit because internally we know it's right. Whether it's right. You understand? So we then, and then maybe it don't work out. Maybe it can't work out. But what is you relying on? The relationship working out, or is you relying on your guardian angels? Maybe you in college right now and your grades ain't going right because you remote, right? And shit just not the way you want it to be, but you so externalized on this degree, right? The certificate, but maybe your guardian angels have a different career path for you, to which the perfection and ease and success of your life is now. Your acceptance and your ability to move in that direction or be in that alignment is going to take us a while, which is cool. These is first world problems. These is what I was born for, because there is nothing that's stopping anybody from being their best selves but them. And that's where I come in, right? Because I don't come from a position of, hey, I'm the Hoodmystic, I'm better than you. I come from the position, clearly, I'm the Hoodmystic, you're better than me. Let me help you, let me aid you, let me show you how amazing you are, because it's a tried and true formula by this point. It's hundreds of people by this point, moving to the thousands of people. Like, was it the Hoodmystic that helped you? No. I actually helped myself. I actually redirected my energy to myself. I don't have to call Hoodmystic every day. Thank you, baby.
There's a bag in there. Be careful.
Okay, thank you. What kind of bag?
The coffee bag.
Okay, I thought you had the Brinks bag. I'm like, uh-oh. Video over, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, you know, her energy sets me back to zero. I gotta build it back up again. Speaking of baby mamas, peace to the family. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm gonna open up that chat because I do want to talk to y'all. I'm just gonna go through this information really quick because I've been studying. I've been preparing for this class, but today I'm gonna just listen to y'all. I really want to hear what y'all have to say because I really want to show and prove that there is no obstacle, and I don't care what position you hold. I'm gonna redirect your energy to your ancestors, to your guardian angels, to your souls, right? A lot of people felt like, damn, I should have been asleep by now, but I ain't sleep. What the fuck is going on? Y'all really have to understand this shit, man. Y'all really have to understand this shit. Y'all go forward thinking that an external situation is going to save you, and it's progressed to the spiritual. There is no spiritual situation that's going to save you, and we may do things like training wheels. I find it all to be training wheels, whether you're talking about psychedelics and all of that. That's perfectly fine, right? But the shit that I'm on is like breathing. Like every moment is a psychedelic experience. Like there's no limit. Like it's crazy when you know who you are, right? And you know who you are because can't nobody tell you who you are. My nigga, you gotta figure that shit out yourself. And that's the really shit that I can't ever tell you, right? Because it can be, and I'm that type. You understand? Like I could easily flip this shit and act like y'all need me, right? Nah, you gotta fuck with me. I got it all sewn up. I'm the plug, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I came up. But, I see that's what's fucking up the game right now. Everybody act like they got a secret. Everybody act like they got something that you don't got. And, you know, I talk to the 18-year-olds. I talk to the 17-year-olds. I talk to the 19-year-olds. I say, look, don't listen to a nigga like me. Don't listen to us, right? Because when I was 18 and 19, I already knew what I should be doing, but I was looking towards other people. And so, it's a real major line in the sand. Is you listening to other people, or are you fucking with your guardian angels? Do you have a real relationship with your guardian angels, or you don't? To which, if you don't have a relationship with your guardian angels, then expect the worst, my nigga. Like, there's nothing that I can help you with. Because I cannot, you got, at the lowest end, you got 8 of the highest ascended masters available to assist you at every turn. At the lowest end. I mean, the lowest dirty, rotten scoundrel, right? Got at least 8 ascended masters at beck and call. At the highest end, you have up to 10,000 ascended masters, and you might say, Hood, I don't believe you. Hood, I don't give a fuck if you believe me or it don't make me none whether you believe me or not, right? You can continue to be, you know, listen to, like, people will have lectures that y'all listen to, but it be based off of somebody's book, to which that's y'all security blanket. Some white man's words, right? The white man's words ain't doing shit for us. We need to deal with something much more sublime and much more profound and much more esoteric, much more creative, much more brought about by our inner child. You remember those dreams you used to have as an inner child and those realms you used to go to? Well, that shit never left you. You just closed it off. Because your mama said, stop doing that. You crazy. We don't do it like this. But them niggas didn't know shit. So now you at a major crux. Do you fuck with your imaginary friends? Or do you fuck with your real friends? So we just here to understand some deeper concepts, really get into this and have a larger conversation with the family. So welcome to Weekend Vibes. I'm your host, Hoodmystic. I'm sorry for the technical Let me take a sip of this damn tea so I can say difficulties correctly. Sorry for the technical difficulties, and it's a trick to that. I don't know what she did on that. Weekend Vibes. So what we looking at? We looking at a quarter moon, family. We looking at the retrograde. So we got Sun conjunct Mercury. Mercury is retrograding. It's in sidereal Libra. It's also in what we would call, approaching Western Libra. So what we have is a legality. So what I'm gonna show in this, and what I'm gonna show in this actual video, is how this is playing out. Now, we are dealing with the seeds, but we're also dealing with the seeds of a solution. So I'm going to show you in real time how Mercury, the Sun, and Libra is playing out. And so we may have obstacles, we may have obstructions, but that's what the quarter moon presents. But I want to show you guys what can be done, right? And trust me, we'll start seeing this real crazy, and y'all be like, well, where did I hear this first? I'm like, I told y'all. You understand what I'm saying? I'm plugged in a different kind of way. I got information a different kind of way. So take my information and with other people's information, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the name of the game. However, use your discernment with me, use your discernment with other people. Take your little pieces and make it perfect for you, because we're dealing with the way that the ancestors explained it to me is that when the ancestors pass the baton, you are to do what thou wilt. So they don't operate in tradition more than they operate in power, to which tradition has blocked us, to which we are looking for older people to guide us. But that is a false premise, right? That is a false idea, to think that older people know more than us, right? If you disagree, then this video ain't for you. If you disagree, that will hold you up. Asking your mama for advice in 2020, when it is no knock to mama, she just don't know. So if y'all got negative feelings and vibrations towards older people, it's like me being mad at John right now because he didn't come up with the rent money. Right? That just means I'm a piece of shit if I'm depending on my 2-year-old for rent money. Now, it's people like that, for whatever reason, they depend on their child for money. However, that's not right and exact. So if you don't depend on your child for sustenance, why should you depend on your adult parent for sustenance? Listen, you kick it with your mom and dad, they trying to figure this shit out the same way as you trying to figure it out. Like, so if you hard on them, you low-key hard on yourself. The deeper reality, right, is very simple. As we deal with this Mercury retrograde and we deal with these archangels and we understand what it means to be biblical outside of the Bible, this is what this shit looks like. So you up against energies that have 0 guardian angels. All they have is psychological mind control and the manipulation of your ancestral symbols, which deal with the cosmos, right? The swastika, the biggest thing in the world right now is Nazis are evil. But the Nazis used the swastika, which is an ancient Hindu symbol that was just really marking the 4 cardinal signs of the Big Dipper, Ursa Major. But that's the symbol for the most evilest regime in the world. You got to see how they take what's natural and primal and cosmological and twist it. I mean, you look at the United States. They got 50 stars on the goddamn flag. Well, why you got stars on the flag? They taking something natural, something cosmological, and saying this is our shit. No, my nigga, that's our shit. You twit. Let's take it. Let's bring it back, right? We talking about Newt and the darkness of sky and the melanin and what it means to be universal. Is our existence. But if we are under the mantle or under the illusion that people are right and exact more than us, then that's our fault. So back to my original part, when the ancestors give us the power, we gotta know what the fuck to do with it. To which many are called, but few are chosen. And so I just want y'all to really look at this Mercury retrograde in real life and not look at it as a matter of like whether you believe in it or not. Right? Whether you believe in the rain or not doesn't matter. Nigga, it's raining. You can get wet. I'm gonna wear an umbrella because I don't want to get my shoes dirty. Now, will life change after the retrograde process? No, the Mercury life won't change, but you can utilize the energy of Mercury while it's retrograding. What you talking about? I thought I was supposed to be afraid of Mercury retrograde. Well, is you supposed to be afraid of the rain? Depends, right? If it's a hurricane or if it's a tsunami or if it's a thunderstorm, maybe I might slip and things of that nature. But what if you're talking about vegetation and growing your garden? Is it now? Do you have to fear the rain? No, I need the rain. Oh, so if you're trying to do some shit, right, then the rain is good. However, if you're just trying to make it through this bitch, then you might be a little confused about it. However, use Mercury retrograde as a process to grow. Mercury, if you ever wanted to get an idea or a feel for Mercury, just look at your tarot card, right? And look at the magician. What is the constellation that symbolizes the magician? Mercury. Okay, so let's just bring it to that. And then say it's retrograde. Well, what does retrograde mean? Retrograde means just closer. Stop saying retrograde and just say closer, because when you say retrograde, you really think that this shit is moving backwards. No, we're just getting closer to it. And it's moving faster. We're moving faster because we're going around the curve. So when we go faster, Mercury goes slower. So if I was driving and I'm traveling 70 miles and you're traveling 50, it's not that you're going backwards. It's just that I'm speeding past you. So the illusion of retrograde or backwards motion will have you confused, but what's really happening is that the Sun and Mercury are closer. Mercury is closer to the Earth. That means that it's raining Mercury, not raining men. That's an old song in the 80s. It's raining Mercury, right? However, what is Mercury? It is our modality of being a magician. So how do we become a magician in 2020? Well, you got to utilize all of your resources. Hello. Is you utilizing all of your resources? Well, this is the time. But if you're looking for shit outside of you, this is the key. And as a business owner and trying to make it out here, I will always succeed when I'm utilizing what I have. I'm fucking myself up sometimes when I'm trying to do more than what I have, or trying to get more than what I have, and trying to teach my wife that's our challenge. That's our growth, right? Utilizing everything that we have, right? Putting bundles together taking this, putting that. Like, we can make teas. We got enough herbs. You know, it's just ideas that forces us to become better entrepreneurs, better business owners. But it starts off with a challenge. Because if shit ain't working the way that you need it to work, and you know it ain't working the way you need it to work, but you using that as a modality of depression, that's how this Mercury Retrograde can play off. However, if you're using it as a sense of inspiration, let me solve this problem, then things is really looking good for you. So it's just depending on how you looking at it. So, all right. So we got a quarter moon. When I do these astrological weekend updates, I like to bring awareness to the moon cycle, because sometimes we miss out on the value or the beauty of a moon cycle, where we are having Mercury in infinity. That's the vibes. That's the vibes. What are you perpetuating? What do you want to see manifest residually, you know? And so today is the 24th. So we've seen from the 21st, from the 22nd to the 23rd, it passed through Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, the moon rather. And as these planets really go direct and really get into their emotions, are you feeling that energy? Have you soaked up all of the gems that the ancestors have been placed upon us for 2020? When I look at this energy, I look at Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto as literally 2020. Like when people say 2020, I literally think when Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto was retrograde, right? Because generally, once the energies became more direct, human beings are no longer going for the shit, right? It's like it's a different vibe. Like, they constantly saying second wave, but I know y'all be out here on these streets and the roads be full, people be going to work, people will be living their lives. The news like second wave. Well, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto is direct, so the shit that was working when it was retrograde, it ain't gonna fly the same way. And what we will see is this constant fear tactic from energies who don't have guardian angels, right? They don't got no fucking guardian angels. You can stick a fork in them, right? And that's the problem. We think that we lose in the fight because the fight is in a world that they built. It's their matrix. But then you get into matrix, and that's the womb. So bump all that shit that these conscious niggas is just constantly rhetoricating. Don't that sound good? That sound good and felt good. Rhetoricating. It just sound good to say that the enemy is going to take you down, right? But it's in a spiritual world. In a spirit, they always talk about a spiritual war too. Well, a spiritual war, for real, if niggas wanted to have a spiritual war, it would just be like me and John going out to the court and playing 21. I'ma dust his ass. I love John, but trust me, he ain't ready for me in the game of 21. So that's what a spiritual war would be like between us and anybody. It's just way. I said we are the people of the night. We are everything. We are the subconscious mind. We created this whole entire universe. We're just kind of sleeping. But when we awaken, this propaganda of what the world is going to be like is mere propaganda. And I just hope that y'all don't fall victim to these scare tactics. And watch, after the third, the energy is going to completely shift and change. Because what it was already going to be that. You don't think they got their president scripted out for the next 50 years. Joe Biden was once a kid, born on a particular day, and it was known that he was going to be a president. Or whoever, Trump, right? You see the Barron Trump thing and all of that. Like, This is theater. To which if we get our emotions caught up into it, we are not getting our emotions caught up into what's really important, which is our spiritual development. And a lot of people will say, well, Hood, should we just forget all about it and just never... No, because your mama watching it, the people that you live around watching it, so pay attention to it. I'm talking about your emotional involvement. Coming out with 3-hour dissertations on what they doing. My nigga, what are you doing? What are we doing? How are you connecting? How are you presenting new information for the family that will uplift them? Because if you pointing out what they doing negatively, fear, then if you bring that into a quarter moon, you bring that fear into a full moon. It's literally like you intended for fear to be brought about. To which, I'll do you one better. If you're not paying attention to the news, maybe you live in a whole different country, right? And you figuring like, today is my scuba diving day. No, today is not my scuba. I'm supposed to ride dolphins today. No. It was lobster tail and mussels and mimosas. Damn it. Gotta get to this damn restaurant. It's people like that right now. And we think that the matrix that we're in is the only matrix there is. But there are higher, more evolved matrices. How does one create the matrix? Well, the matrix is the womb. Uh-oh. Too deep? Y'all ain't ready to go there? Okay, I ain't gonna go. It's like, the matrix is the womb. The matrix is your psycho-spiritual development of world creating. So when I reference the ancestors giving you power, it is the power to change the world. What do you think that people change the world literally, like, over time, hard work? No, this whole shit is built upon magic. It's based upon necessity. It's based upon need. It's called a quickening. It's called magnum opus. It's called alchemy. It's called all of this type of shit. You think that shit is reserved for people with money? Think about it. If it was reserved for people with money, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. We'd be trying to get money. And we all have the propensity to get money. We all can work 2 or 3 jobs if that was need be. But spirit always intersects. You don't need to be working so much. You need to be writing. You need to be studying. You need to be building. You need to be understanding. We'll give you what you need. Did you eat? You ate. So stop worrying about that stupid ass money. Right? Making money can distract you in 2020. What? Rewind. Making money can distract you in 2020. What do you mean? Look at all the niggas that you know that's making money in 2020. Don't they look weird and strange? And I ain't saying that you ain't supposed to make money. It's how you make money. It's a difference when you building your business up, having a business that involves your children, having a business that involves your family, empowering your family. It's a difference between you waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, living out somebody else's vision, executing somebody else's dream. Okay, making money can distract you from your vision in 2020. We talking about a Capricorn moon. We talking about a Capricorn waxing quarter moon. Okay? A lot of y'all don't want to be judged. A lot of y'all don't want to be criticized. To which y'all think that people that's successful never been through shit. Don't look at me and look at a person who ain't been through shit. Because when you look at me, you looking at a person that been through a plethora of shit. I say 2020 is like people done got dropped on their heads. I feel like I've been dropped on my head 50, 20 times. I don't even have no sense. I be just trying to figure it out a lot of times, but I came through a lot. To which I never could make the money. I never could get that part. I was struggling with that part, and I'm still struggling. However, I'm not focused on making money. I focus on delivering powerful spiritual messages to the collective to uplift them in their personal lives. And I want no credit for that, right? I want whatever the residual effects of uplifting y'all will present, right? And then at another level, I'm realizing that I'm on a spiritual journey, and it ain't about none of that. It's about self-realizing all of the multiple lifetimes that I had, and putting all of that shit together and making sense out of my purpose in this moment. To which I ask, as the moon progresses in Capricorn, as the moon is really trying to suss out what you about, are you going to take the short route, the microwave, the I'm the deep nigga on YouTube that got the answer way? The automatic solution, the 2-cup method. Look, I done all that shit, and I manifested shit. But I've manifested things in the external world to which it always leaves me unsatisfied and unsettled. I tell you, today I had a Kundalini experience to which I've seen myself in a past lifetime in the same place I was in this past weekend. However, it was a completely different landscape, to which the plans that have been executed were just a momentary lapse in time, a momentary lapse in judgment. I think the ancestors made a 0.00000000001 miscalculation that could be easily, readily fixed the moment we honor and understand that the ancestors is with us perpetually. Y'all go into these conversations in these meeting rooms thinking that these other people who don't have guardian angels, who don't have ancestors, right? They don't even have ancestors. When the last time you ever heard them reference their ancestors, right? For real, for real. As a matter of power, as a matter of fact, why are we always talking about our ancestors? Are we using our ancestors in these boardrooms, in these meeting rooms, in our cubicles and things of that nature? Or are we subordinate? How did that work? Tell me, how did that work? Because I would love to know. Please, I'm opening up the phone calls after this. So, please. Now, the moon in Capricorn is assisting us in our upward climb. Our full revelation. Now do you one better. It sound good, but it's a long, hard journey. We talking about climbing mountains, and if you take one little miscalculation, you gonna fall. I be managing this business, but I be like, shit, man. I hope this campaign work out. I really do. Y'all don't know the stress. Y'all don't know the stress of trying to maintain and run a business. I know people make it look glamorous, and maybe that's the side of the game I ain't familiar with. But the side of the game I am familiar with is taking my time with it, learning the ins and outs, not acting like I done made it, because I done made a few dollars. Because them same few dollars I got to invest right back into my business. So what did I really make? It's crazy like that. And could continuously climb up this mountain, and I got 4 children. It get kind of weird, but it's like when you up this high, that's a long way down, fam. You understand? So I'm literally in between a rock and a hard place, but I'm still moving forward with my intention, and nothing is stopping me from executing my intention but me. And so where you at in your challenges? Are you looking at your challenges as defeat, or are you looking at your challenges as a challenge, to which your challenge will provoke your ancestral energy? Your challenges will provoke your ancestral energy, to which if you do not have a challenge, if you do not feel subordinate, you may not trigger your ancestral energy. But that's the beauty of a waxing quarter moon. That's the beauty of a sun moon square. The challenges provoke a beautiful, brilliant, tough, enduring, amazing, alchemical, just every amazing adjective in relation to your soul. It's not like, well, Jimmy, he had $1 million and he had a trust fund and he always had money and now his soul is fully developed. Look at Jimmy. No, it don't fucking work like that, fam. It's like, I done fucking been to jail. I done ran my foot through the goddamn mud. I done had dirty Air Force Ones. You understand what I'm saying? Dirty ones. Sometimes my shoes stunk. Like, it wasn't always sunny, to which a lot of people, even our people, are striving to be. And it's not to strive to have a negative experience, but you look at your challenges and you overcome them. And that's the goal. That's the Capricornian way. And if we can really, this moon, all of these planets, all of this energy is really asking a question. Are you taking the long route? Or are you taking the short route? Are you looking at your challenges as good things? Or are you looking at your challenges as means of being depressed? As if you're the only person that's going through some shit. So, Mercury Retrograde is in sidereal Libra, and I found that to be really, really interesting in reference to this particular situation that we're going through. There will be a lot of governmental interference, but we do have a solution that is called taking their ass to court, filing lawsuits. So what we will notice is that the courts will be flooded with lawsuits very, very soon, right? Suing the government for unconstitutional acts, because the government is acting as if there's an epidemic that is happening, to which we understand the epidemic as humans. We would act accordingly and be on code. But now that you got lawyers and you got the whole population involved, like, who's trying to fool who here? Like, who's doing the fooling? Like, you know, because it's schools, it's universities, it's institutions that's way bigger than me. I'm just a guy on YouTube, right, who has an opinion. But you got whole institutions now filing lawsuits against the government. It's time to go, right? So Mercury in retrograde is second wave. Yeah, you about to catch these first wave of lawsuits you keep talking at, and watch. It's going to be a minimal reduction of all of this, whatever. And trust me, if we get sick and things are happening, let's do what we need to do to stay healthy. But if things are the way that they are, I mean, we was catching cancer like a motherfucker. Y'all ain't stopped shit. We was catching diabetes like a motherfucker. Things was going normal as a motherfucker. We was catching sickle cell like hell. Normal. Now all of a sudden we gotta stop everything for this? Well, human beings just not going for it. That's all I gotta say about that. I ain't gonna keep that going. Y'all know I ain't trying to get flagged. So yeah, shout out to Michigan. Shout out to the Libertas School. Hoodmystic is supporting you in your legal fight. We been getting heart attacks like a motherfucker, Prime. They ain't stopped nothing. We had to, hey, I'm having a hard time breathing. You better bring your ass to work, and like nothing. Now we conscious and care about each other's health. It's a trick to that shit. I don't care. Y'all can think I'm crazy or not, but shout out to the Libertas School. I stand with Libertas. Say they name. Shout out to Western Michigan, man. You understand? Like 313 is where it's at. Listen. Alright. So one more time, I'm gonna look at this. I'm going to look at this square. This retrograde square And this so you got sun, moon, sun, moon square, right? And that's a quarter moon. Whenever you see a quarter moon, the sun and the moon is square. Okay, quarter moon, sun, moon square. Full moon, sun is opposed to moon. However, you have the sun and Mercury, and then you have moon, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. Now, from a queen, esoteric, empress, goddess point of view, you have the energies of Kali Ma. Kali Ma is the queen of air. And if you look at the Queen of Swords in the Thoth Tarot deck is like this woman in the clouds, and she has a sword, and she cutting off somebody's head, right? And she just standing there with the head cut off, sitting on the clouds, like, "Is this your king?" You understand? And so internally, that is every idea that we have that does not serve us moving forward. And this is what this Mercury retrograde is really signaling to me. It's a lot of things that I have to change. It's a lot of things where I'm just noticing, like, that ain't working. Don't do that. Stop that. And then it's like being clear on what I want to accomplish. In order for me to be clear on what I need to accomplish, I literally can't fuck with distractions. Like, I literally just cut shit off. Like, I share, I study, I share, I study, but I'm not distracted. I'm not watching something and, like, really feeling like it's giving me something. The things that's giving me value is my meditation and the releasing of hormones. Not the whores that's moaning. I know what y'all thinking. It's late and y'all thinking, like, who moaning in your bed? No, I'm talking about the secretions, the spiritual secretions that, you know, when you lit like this, it happened a little different, right? When you doing the spiritual work, your hormonal secretions just hit you off in a little different way. Your vibration is just a little bit happier. Your downloads just a little bit more in tune, right? But we gotta be like Kali Ma. We gotta be like the Queen of Swords. We gotta look at our distractions. You know what your distractions is. There's many different distractions. It could be our job. It could be our political affiliation. It could be our gender. It could be our relationship. It could be our kids. Whatever is distracting you from being the best you, right? Because I tell my children all the time, the best daddy is the best me. So y'all got to give me time too. You know, I can't just be slaves to y'all attention. And they respect that. And they figure out things for themselves to do. And I'm all for independence. Like, I don't feel the need to constantly teach my children to be like me. I want them to be like them. And so saying all of that is like, I have to have time to find myself. It's like, yeah, I'm your father, but, you know, don't ask me for everything. I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you what I know, but I don't want you to fall into the trap thinking because I'm older, because I'm your dad, I'm your savior. You gonna be way better than me, way more impressive than me, much smarter, much more advanced, all of that. I'm gonna give you everything that I have, but I'm not gonna give it to you so you can do the things that I want you to do. It's very important to understand what it is that you have to do personally and don't try to pass that shit down. It's the same vibrations of what I was saying earlier. You know, the ancestors giving you the power but not telling you what to do with the power, to which is not a tradition. It's not a African thing. It's not a culture thing. It's not a, I'm from Native American and all of this. No. And all of that may be true. but we referencing the cosmological realization of our internal conversation that is way more expansive than any human, government, society, collective, rich person, billionaire could ever even fathom. And it's all inside of you. And the trick is to get you to look outside of yourself, showing you a little ass, showing you a little cheek, right? But never letting you come through, right? Never letting you smash. Just flirting with your ass. Look, we got some new hot shit for you over here. Yeah, if you pay $59.99, I might give you a little peek. Yeah, tune in for part 2 tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be so much better, right? Playing them fucking games, right? And that's what society and the government is doing for us. They promising you something, right? And ain't giving you nothing. Okay? So I got a short little video. I'm gonna open up the Zoom and I'm gonna try to get some late night conversation out of y'all. So what's good? I'll catch y'all on the flip side.
alchemicacademic.com. You are the book. Monthly courses designed to help you read yourself. Book now. alchemicacademic.com. You are the book. Monthly courses designed to help you read yourself. Book now.
So yeah, this weekend, tomorrow rather, tomorrow we doing the Chakra Nova. It's late. Chakra Nova, heart chakra, and generally I've put so much energy, so much intention into just creating a good course, and in doing that I've found something out. I figured something out. I've put something together, and I'm so excited to share that with y'all tomorrow. And we're only going to do it one day. We're only going to do it Saturday, and really trying to get you guys to sign up. And it's not like, oh, show support. Like, it's not a matter of that. It's just a matter of information that's being presented on the heart chakra that is going to help you in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna help me, or like it's not. It will probably help me. It's not like that's the goal for it. When you have a particular calling in this world, you just want to share it with people. You just want to help people. And my overall development was like, what am I here for? What am I here to do? Like, what is my place? And simply trying to find my place, this course is that for me. You know what I'm saying? This course is my ability to help people in the way that I know that I can help people in a way that is beyond like just me helping you. It's a reality of amazing proportions. And I'm like trying to tell everybody what I want to just go into the course, but it's like we gotta wait till tomorrow. But it's just like the information is so profound, and the way that I'm presenting it is much different. So if you signed up for other courses, this is gonna be a different course, a different experience, and hopefully you guys can experience it with us, live. We got a guided meditation by Prime Harmonic. We got the questions and answers. We got the handbook. You understand what I'm saying? Just a lot of information, but very simple, hella fun, extremely intuitive, and we're just like ready to get into it. So I got somebody on the line, Capo Aries. You will have to cut on your mic, and that'll be the small in the left hand corner where it says cut on audio. Who is this? Appreciate that. Everybody, what's going on? Go ahead. Make sure y'all cut on your mic if y'all join the chat, and unmute yourself. I'm telling you. I never felt like this was like, I'm just so excited to share, and I'm excited to like move forward and deal with the throat chakra. But it's just like with this heart chakra and understanding it, and then being able to connect it to everybody. Like there's nobody who can't benefit from this conversation. It's just the trouble with me is then now trying to get everybody to understand what I'm trying to say. So once I figure that completely out, it's gonna be, everything's gonna work out the way it needs to. But I appreciate everybody in the moment that's like easing this process, allowing this process to be a growth process, and allow me to come into this knowledge. And if y'all never supported me, I would never even think to be in this place. So it's all you guys. So y'all it's like people get on Zoom, and then it's a hard thing to get it started, I guess. But y'all gonna have to start y'all sound going so we can talk. Peace. Alright, Prime, y'all be easy. You said you was about to go to sleep. I guess y'all tired or something. I ain't think that this I wasn't that confident in this Zoom because it was hella late. So I'm gonna need y'all to join it. I need somebody who knows how to or maybe I'll just join the Zoom just to hang out. Ooh. No, I'm gonna drink this. I ain't gonna ruin that. Peace to the family. Peace to Dark Serpent. Peace to everybody. I know Sashat, she know how to work it. It's right on key. What's up? Chillin'. It's so easy. Like, I don't understand. Like, people's like, I don't get it. What's good? Like, in the same wave, same frequency, sis. Same frequency. Which, in what way? Explain that. Sure. Oh yeah, yeah, the new moon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm, 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 mhm, 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 mhm. And that's so funny. I was in that same, but I was in that same frequency, that same understanding though. So it's like I get it. Like I get it. It's do it make you feel weird to have those downloads, or you take them in stride? Mhm, mhm, mhm,
Since June. So I've been kind of like in Aquarius since June anyway of last year. So I was already in the groove. This really didn't, for me, my personal experience, not, demeaning anyone's experience. If it's been challenging, I understand. However, for me personally, this whole year has been a blessing.
yeah, yeah,
So, because it's offered a lot more freedom of time for me, because I am employed, an
right,
employee still.
right.
However, I am making a shift, to step out there on my own. I just had to finish up my little season,
Mhm,
because I definitely gained a lot. I was able to develop a lot of my talents that I've always had, but with more, I guess, the foundation of a structure. I
mhm,
never really had structure because I'm flighty as
mhm,
hell.
mhm, mhm,
That's my sad energy. And
mhm.
so I needed this foundation, I guess, to kind of bring me back to earth. But now I'm ready to go. Okay.
You ready to turn up?
I'm ready, baby.
Mhm,
Listen. Like,
mhm,
yo, am I superhero? Like,
mhm,
she is a bad mamma jamma, yo.
mhm,
Like, and also you had mentioned in that same video, like, because what I want to say, I can't recall now. But I did, that little event in October around either the new moon or full moon or whatever.
mhm,
And that was very impulsive, of course. It was very, excuse me. I was inspired to do it because I was just kind of like tired of seeing everyone on my feed, just everyone talking about debates and da 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 da. And I ain't into none of that shit.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to kind of create a space where we could raise our vibration if they are low. Well, mine wasn't. I was high, you know what I mean? And I just kind of wanted to create a space to do that,
mhm,
and it was cool.
mhm,
But now I see something bigger happening and I wasn't
mhm,
ready. You know what I mean? So I had to pull back,
mhm,
you know what I'm saying, and say, okay, hold up.
mhm.
I want this to look a little bit better. And I want, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you said, like, yeah, like former theater major, so of course I want hair, costumes now. You know what I mean? And get in my zone, you know what I'm saying? Because I know for me personally as a dancer, like my moves will flow based on what I'm wearing. Like if they're leggings, then it's gonna be more sensual and like more inward. But if I got on baggy pants, it's gonna be more 90s styles. Like it's just that vibe. So you just been like I said, all up in my head. I be telling Prime, like, yo, you be all up in my fucking ethers, yo.
And that's not like something that is like contrived or anything like that. I really just be trying to do the science, you know. So that's interesting that you say stuff like that. Like, well, I hear that all the time. So it's like interesting to hear, because it's like maybe it's the astrology, maybe it's the frequency, who knows, you know. It's just something that I always pay attention to when I do these like lives, and he was like, oh, I'm going through that too, and I'm like, well, let's really work in on that solution. And so with all that being said, really kind of hone in on that guardian angel, really develop the relationship and the conversation that is strong. I think sometimes we reference our guardian angels and our concepts as interesting concepts, but then we'll be like, shit, I gotta go to work. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the energy be different towards our imagination. Like, it's like when I get time to it, if I'm able to do it, versus, you know, maybe if you turned it into a life or a lifestyle. Not saying that it's going to be an end-all fix-it-all solution, but I say if you be persistent with it, it'll be that foundation that you actually seeking out, if that makes sense.
I mean, like, I definitely feel what you're saying, because like the whole year, like I've done nothing but like a lot of taking it back to what I used to do, you know what I mean? And enjoying it myself, like getting lost in the woods, and you know, I can be outside for hours and just doing me.
What state are you in, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in Georgia.
Georgia, so you got that good weather that allow you to just hit them nature parks up at this time. So yeah. Yes. So when is the next event? How can the family get a part of, you know, what you got going on? Like, you're not sure?
I was initially thinking, you know, November 15th, you know what I mean? Because I want to stick with the idea of doing it around like either new moon, full moon, because it is about energy work, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do meditate on the songs selection, you know what I mean? I'm inspired by the, you know, astrological alignments, you know, the moves are intentional, and then of course the affirmations as well. So I like sticking with that idea.
You gotta curate it and craft it. Well, you know, let a brother know, you know, when things is going, so we can spread the word. That's a lot of time. Like, if you want that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do. And see, I even arranged my schedule so I finally ended 15 years of working nights, and I'm going to the day shift, so I'll be working 6 a.m. to 2:30. You know what I mean? But I do have intentions on bouncing, you know, a couple of months. I got an agenda now. Indeed. I didn't have a plan, and I feel like after your, you know, stern words, you know what I'm saying? I was inspired to, you know.
Yeah. But I ain't going to
get more intentional.
I'm not going to stop so you don't stop, you know what I'm saying? And really utilize the waning moon to release, you know what I'm saying, all intentions, and figure out, re-intensify re-intensify that intention. And because it's like a up and downward spiral or cycle, but we tend to want it to just grow, get higher. But the moon is like build up, relax. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. Be free. You know, and I know you get all into that in them dance moves. And you know, can you tell the people like real quickly like what you do? Like as far as like I think like a lot of people are unfamiliar about the way that you heal and the way that you teach. But I think you actually have a very fun and creative way and an all-inclusive way in healing and teaching. So you mind like sharing that with the family?
I mean, I don't mind sharing. It's really more of a concept, still in the works, but it is something that I've always done, for myself as a person. I mean, so I use dance to raise my frequency and my vibration. I've used dance to help with chronic pain and inflammation, and I've used dance to get out of depression and suicidal thoughts and just a lot of obstacles. My throat chakra was blocked for a long time, a long, long time, and dance was my language. I'm not a technically trained or classically trained dancer, but I assure you I have put over my 10,000 hours.
To be an expert.
If I just make a little bit of effort into it, just a little bit of effort, I can shift my energy quick, you know. And some days, yeah, it's harder than others to get that effort, but it's like going to the club. All you got to do is put some music on. Eventually, it's gonna be that one song that's
That's
gonna
gonna
get
get
you
you to the
moving.
floor. Get you to
You
the
know what
floor.
I mean? You know what I'm saying? And that's all it takes. And then you take off from there and you just stay in that energy. And then once I'm higher enough, then I can attract my, downloads from my imaginary friends.
There we go. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And you know, like I said, keep us updated on and we're gonna talk tomorrow in the class, but I'm really interested and intrigued by, just I kind of low key seen it evolved into something, and I'm really interested to see where it evolves into. So, always know you have my support. You always know
Well,
you.
thank you.
Yeah.
That means a lot because I was starting to kind of, self
What?
sabotage a little bit because I
Sabotage.
self sabotage a little
Oh
bit, just
no.
a little
Yeah, I
bit.
mean because it's like when you are trying to push something from the underground, it's like very difficult. You know what I'm saying? But it's not something that like what I'm saying is going to make it easier. No, I'm saying that you need support, and it's gonna be good days and it's gonna be bad days. But know that you have support. Know that like you can talk about it with me and the family, and spread the word around because just in your words alone, that opened up some light bulbs. You know what I'm saying? If one, you know what I'm saying. So the idea is to be persistent with your message. And if I could say one thing, you know what I'm saying? Continue to be persistent no matter what the result is because the proof is in your your persistence. That's was mainly the key to this whole thing cuz everything will work out. Everything will balance out. It's just a matter of you believing in it, and I think that's very cool if you really think about it.
I believe it. I mean, and it's not something that I've never done,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. I'm just doing something that I mean, because I've always chosen dance.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't. My mom wasn't really in the best position to put me in dance classes, and I was in a really country town. We didn't have classes
Mm-hmm.
like that
Right.
anyway
Right.
in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
made a way. You know what I mean? Like I started a dance team when I was 15. No
Mm-hmm.
building, no money, nothing. I just begged principals to let me put flyers up, and that's what I did, and we made it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then high school, I begged my principal, can we get a dance team? Can we start a dance team? Until he caved, but that's because everybody was getting pregnant and I just felt like we needed something else to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just been my little thing. Now dance has also got me in some the dark night of the soul experience as well. I
Mm-hmm.
went through through the streets. Not the streets,
I
but
get you. I get you.
you know,
I'm with you. I can smoke a
but
bag of that.
but honestly, that was probably one of the best experiences for me because that is when I really started to unveil my self-esteem. You know what I mean? Like remove a lot of like outdated self-limiting beliefs through that experience. You know what I'm saying? Of dancing at night. Let's say it like that. Of dancing at
Yeah,
night.
cause I got my trusty dusty um night queen oil burning in my diffuser, so I'm all aware with them night dancers, and it used to be strippers, but now it's more or less of like astral twerkers, and it's good like that. You know what I'm saying? But you got me on this, and I'm just trying to.
But hey, it's cool. I will bring it home so we can make sure that it stays intact and there's some integrity with it, right? So
Yes.
even with that though, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's self-liberating as a female, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
To own your body. And so, you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So now my true self really wants to take my dancing more in that direction, but of course not
Mm.
doing that, but more of a burlesque style because that's
Mhm.
more natural for my body anyway. But
Mhm.
I've been trying to tame her back,
Mhm.
you know,
That superhero.
out of fear of other people's opinions.
Mhm.
Even though I have been conditioned, you know,
Mhm.
to be on the in the back just observing. So I'm used to not really getting the approval. I don't really know why I care now.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
It's one of those things, though.
it is.
Like I said, just know that you got support. If you bring the burlesque dancing through, or you bring, it's all energy. It's all raising energy. And, I can't really dance, but in my mind, I'll be killing shit. Like, I'll be busting shit out. You just be doing all types of, and it's like I watch dancing a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it ain't always, for me, it ain't always about dancing. It could be the enjoyment of watching other people who can dance. I think people dance to be watched at a certain level, so keep it up, if I can say anything. Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I will stop monopolizing everyone's time and let you move on.
No doubt.
Peace.
I appreciate you, Sasha. I'll see you tomorrow, though, for sure.
For sure. Peace.
Peace. So I got a couple of people I'm asking to unmute. I don't know if y'all can or not. She good peoples.
Yes, sir.
What's good?
Was great.
Everything.
Absolutely.
hmm So what's up?
Good evening.
And I'm
I
gonna get
mean,
to you next, capillaries.
I'm cooling. Like, had a good day today.
hmm
Had a good couple of days.
Good
Even though
couple of days.
I had actually, whole year been pretty much A1. But
hmm
yeah, just I don't know. My day's been going pretty well per usual.
hmm
Um,
It sounds
yeah.
like you be taking it easy.
Um, I feel like it's kind of a balance. Like I try to take it easy, but at the same time, I still be trying to
Go hard.
get on my job. Well, not job, but you know, with the stuff that I'm making these days. So, but, but
So,
yeah,
I mean, and I ain't talking about taking it easy like it's like a knock on you working hard or nothing, but it just seemed like you just be chilling and just kind of
yeah,
letting
absolutely.
letting life come to you versus just trying to rush and get every little thing that come your way.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. I just try to I'm on this whole follow my instincts kick these days and
How
not
that's
just
working
listen to
out?
my just oh it's working out beautifully actually. Just listening to my intuition, paying attention to my dreams a lot more, all that good stuff.
Mm,
Even though my dreams be wild and I don't be knowing what they talking about half the time still.
mm.
I'm working on that though.
Yeah, that's an experience and an exercise within itself. You have somebody that you can talk about your dreams with.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay, that's good because that's a very important process. Like talking about your dreams and making sense out of them because they usually start off that way, but it end up making sense once you kind of talk them through.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I
But what's
mean, say what? Now what you was gonna say?
I was saying, what's on your mind this evening? For real, for real. Anything?
Um, um, no, not really. Like, I mean, I always got 50 million tabs open in my brain at any given moment, but like
Okay.
no pressing things are jumping out to like just discuss. Like, um, yeah.
50 million tabs and ain't one tab. What tab is there open now that you're just looking at there?
What tab is there?
Yeah, the tab is just the first tab that you see. You got 50 million of them, so let's just take a stab at
Okay.
one.
Well. Since we was on the topic of dreams, let me run this one by you and let's hear what your perspective is on it. Just so,
Sure.
okay. So, like, I could count on maybe one hand how many dreams I done had over the years that always just stuck with me, right? Like
Mhm.
to this day. Because I know they significant, right? So here recently, I'll say about maybe not even a month ago, right? I had this dream, and like I'm not gonna say the whole dream because it was kind of
Mhm.
long, but
Mhm.
essentially I got to this place. I was taking my homegirl with me to my crib. I was like, yeah, we can just go to my crib. And when we got there, she was like, oh, this beautiful, right? And she was like, oh, look at that water. I'm like, yeah, it's an inlet. Like I didn't even know until that dream what an inlet was, but
Mhm.
I was accurate in my dream. So
Mhm.
boom, knew that. But she was like, oh no, I need the ocean. And I'm like, oh, say less, look over there. And like I pointed towards the horizon. And
Mhm.
when you looked at the horizon, it was a waterfall, right? And
Mhm.
then when you look at the top of the waterfall, it was an ocean in the sky
Mhm.
feeding the waterfall that fed the inlet. Like the most beautiful thing I don't ever seen in my life. I woke up misty eyed.
Mhm.
What you make of that?
Mm. So that was that clearly was like a past life reference to Atlantis, but
Mm,
generally you reference the firmament, where the firmament, where we think like space is this emptyless void of nothingness,
mm,
is literally surrounded by water. Hence, like, have you ever seen it rain and it just wasn't no clouds? Well,
mm,
where that water come from? Came from heaven. But that's kind of how I would perceive it. I'm sure it was more that went along in that dream to give
oh
you
yeah.
cues and things of that nature, but it was more or less of like a merging of worlds of past lives and future lives. Hence, you knew what an inlet was because you knew what an inlet was. So it's a reference of, like, I do that all the time. I'll just say shit. Like, I'll just say it with all of my furious, like, just real furious, and then I'll be like, well, what the hell did I just say? And I'll Google it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, well, that
You're
made
right.
sense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like, is you getting that download, but part of your essence is that of energy, to which you can easily get confused to think that you are Didi, which you are Didi, but your energy is within Didi. So
Mm-hmm.
outside of that is always these adventures, or like you got 50 million lifetimes probably that you can cycle through and reference through. So I would ultimately say, if you got a problem with it, just organize it. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna organize my past lives, and so I'm gonna make it to be not like a Google Chrome tab, but like a Windows Explorer folder where good times, bad times. You can chronologically order that shit. You can have it in subject matter, themes, colors, and things of that nature if you want.
Mm-hmm.
It don't necessarily have to be so random. And the friend, I would probably have to get more details on the friend, but that's probably a different whole another conversation subject and title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to get your perspective on
That's
that
what I
because,
would think, is that
like,
water.
yeah, yeah. Like, I don't know. I like most of my dreams be like that, right? Like, and it's like it's just as of late, I've actually started dreaming with other people
Hmm.
playing a prominent role in my dreams. Because typically, when I dream, I don't even be dreaming about other people. It'd be about nature and
Hmm.
animals and stuff. Like, and it just be me and them.
Hmm.
But it don't be people. But here lately, it been people, and I'm just like, who are these people?
Hmm.
so, so yeah, interesting. That's an interesting perspective.
Hmm. Things will get much more simpler for you when you start viewing it more like yourself and your ability to enter into them people and speak to you using their vessel is real
Mm-hmm.
interesting. It's real interesting what you are and who you are. It's always a question, never an answer. So
Mm-hmm.
play with that a little bit. And I bet you to be the type to be able to master um, just kind of sending your energy. Well, I think a lot of times your energy might just be speaking to you a lot, and you kind of think like, well, such and such just said this shit to me yesterday and I ain't like it, or such and such said this to me and I liked it, or whatever. But if you really closely examine the root of what's being said to you, maybe like examine it a little further, you'll see that it's not much there, and you'll be confused like, well, you said this, well, what you mean by that? And it's like, well, I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. It is mainly because it's always you like using them. I don't, it made me think of like the vampire in Brooklyn, but for some reason, but it's probably not that movie, but it's one of the movies where people got superpowers and they using somebody for their personal reasons, and it's like it could be viewed as evil, but you kind of benevolent, like you don't know that you have it, to which is
Mm-hmm.
some innocence behind it, to which you can use that power if you want to, like like, I just want to give you $1 million, DD. I don't know, something just came over me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
That type of deal. And you probably do
listen.
that all the time, anyways, where people do things for you because you need them to do it for you.
But yeah, listen. Story of my life, and I don't know, like I feel like you pretty much hit the nail on the head. This story of my life. I like the kindness of strangers, nigga. Like that shit's real. I ain't never really, anytime I was in need or even just want, like I ain't really got to do too much sending that energy out for it to come to me.
Mhm.
um like right now, I got this thing. Like every time my palms itch, I just rub my hands together, and I bullshit you not. Soon after that, some money coming to me. Like people just randomly, I was just thinking about you, and so I just decided to. Oh, okay, thanks. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, do I just let it ride how it's riding, or do I try to like cultivate that? Cause it
Mhm.
be happening,
It
like for real, for real.
depends. Like, it's like power and ethics. Like, if you feel like
Mhm.
it's a conflict of interest of you to like control people, then it's like it'll be a problem. But if you're like, well, if I don't do it, somebody else gonna do it, then you kind of absolve yourself. But it's like you develop it and grow it, you might use it for existential personal things, but I think it could be cultivated and grown into more like business, much more professional
Yeah,
and matter of fact things. So where I think it starts off with singular energies and then it just grows into like, now I need 1 million of y'all to buy this shoe. You know what I'm saying? Or just like
yeah.
whatever, like it's that type of deal. But I mean, flexing with it, growing with it,
I mean,
it
would
gives
it
you.
really be controlling people though? That's the
That's the
question.
ethic. That's the ethical question that most people don't have. You know what I'm saying? Or not even most. I mean, some people don't have. Like where spiritual gifts are being bestowed upon the masses are feeling like, well, I don't deserve this. I'm not saying you, but generally that
Mm-hmm.
deservedness is always missing because we don't have nobody telling us that you can control people or you can manipulate events in your favor and things of that nature, because then you might look at your life and then be like, well, why ain't I this or why ain't I that? But it's like
Mm-hmm.
you just now got it, so
Right.
use
And
like,
like,
or you've been had it, just the awareness of it and
right,
learning how to use it to your benefit is the goal.
right. Like me, like it's not necessarily a matter of, oh, I don't deserve it when it comes to spiritual gifts. It's more so nah, this ain't that. I'm tripping. Like maybe I'm
Mm-hmm.
imagining this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like this can't be what this
Mm-hmm.
is. But other people be like, no, it's you. And I'm like, nah, I can't take that credit. Like that's what I'm on right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in the, is it, I don't know if you would call it disbelief or downplaying, but like, yeah, that's why
Mm-hmm.
I'm at with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a variety of words. It could be deservedness, it could be worthiness, it could be disbelief. It's a variety of different things for different people. It's just more or
Mm-hmm.
less of figuring out our personal blockages and things of that nature. Because I'm a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe it, not sure, shocked, worthiness, and all of these things I gotta really work on because when you working with your spirit, the difference is like nobody's gonna be like, Dee Dee, you killed it today on that meditation, girl. Like you fucking fucked it up. Like you was concentrated for 20 straight minutes. Like keep it up. Like you don't get that. So you gotta really be self motivated and really focused on the sublime of yourself, and you don't even know what the hell you gonna get. So it's just like, can you hold this resonance of magical power and magical ability and keep it a secret, not because it's a secret but because you don't necessarily want to like spoil it because ain't nobody else around. Like, girl, I'm manifesting this and I'm like, whether they doing it or not, it's just like, I guess it's like this unwritten rule of just like taking it in stride of some sort. So it's just like, don't ever even think about it one way or another. Like it's like it is what it is. Like if you want to be the most powerful energy on the planet, then you'll manifest that. If you just want to be low key, DD, peeping the scene in the scenario, you can be that too. It's just like whatever, however you want it to play out.
Yeah, that's funny. You said something. You mentioned keeping it a secret. Like I've had three different instances over the past couple months that's basically saying the same thing. Like everything ain't for everybody. Keep your secrets. Like
You got
so.
to. You got to.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just more confirmation right there. Like, yeah, I guess I'm gonna be low key Didi. Like,
I mean, it's a choice, but allow it to change as well. Like I guess like when you referencing like spiritual gifts and energy, it's two things. It's like, well, this is what they used to do, but then this is what I want to do. Like you get
mhm.
you get your chance to Like, you just get a chance to do whatever the fuck you want to do, so to speak. And it's just like, how do that look? How do you express that? And I think managing your subconscious mind with your expression, which is not really hard to do, but these are the times where you just kind of first claim or reiterate your intention. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Reiterate your intention. And what is your intention? Are you living through intention? Have you forgotten your intention? And reclaim that intention, and then look and monitor these next 7 days. But you don't monitor it like, is it manifesting yet? You monitor it through your walk, because your walk or your day is in alignment with your intention, or else what are we doing? We're just kind of just taking, we're just letting life come to us. So it's a whole host of things, Dee, but you know, we got time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been on some order my steps type. That's just been my reoccurring theme as of late, ordering my steps. Like, of course, I set my intentions, and I have things that I do want to manifest into my life, but it's like I'm ordering my steps towards those things. Like I already put that energy out into the universe, but like now I'm just focused on ordering my steps as far as the day to day. But like, yeah, that's why I'm at with it. And then it's like, also as far as like, my thing is, it's almost too easy. And so I be doubting, like, no, it gotta be more to it than this. It must be something else I'm supposed to be doing, right? When I just follow my instincts and my intuition, it everything fall into place like it's supposed to. And I'm like, that's all I had to do? Like, that's why I'm at with it right now. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to be doing more. Like, and so I gotta like reconcile that, like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Like when I said you was taking it easy, you took offense, or you was looking for like, no, I don't be taking it easy. I'll be working hard, you know. But it's like,
No. I don't be working hard. I work in spurts. I know my.
I mean, you be taking it easy though. Like, you be taking it easy and learning how to relax and just observe life. And one would say, you know, your power must be much harder to manifest. But it's like, if somebody gave you a gift, a financial boon or whatever, you wouldn't then say, well, somebody gave me this $1 million, I gotta bust my ass to make money. Like, you don't, like, it don't, those two things can't exist. Or you could work if you want to, but if you want to look at your money and honor your money, there's a different energy behind your gifts, to whereas you could just relax, you could just take it easy, you could just observe life. And that might be the most profound, spiritual, amazing thing that you could do. So the art of being, you know what I'm saying, as a magical process, and monitoring that, you know what I'm saying, is a lot of power. But once again, it's like new phases of energy and information that all it takes is a person to do it and experience to see it. But many people is not gonna take them choices or do those things. So if you in that space where you just relaxing and honoring and acknowledging your power, you can't help but to see it. But even then seeing it, do you even acknowledge it? So it's just all a interesting time to be living in when you reference in 2020 and spiritual energy.
Oh yeah, and I most definitely see it. Like, for real, 2020 has been awesome.
Yeah, it's getting better
on multiple levels,
and it's getting better too. So it is what it is. So anything else, shawty? Where you at? You in Tennessee, so they don't say. What do they say in Tennessee to girls?
I don't know.
What you don't know the pickup word to girls? Like,
It's been a while. Like,
it's been a while. You have to go downtown or some shit like.
Oh, I ain't going down. absolutely not with them
downtown
rednecks and
Memphis or
cowboys.
Nashville? Memphis or Nashville?
I'm in Nashville.
You in
I don't.
Nashville?
I'm not in Funky Town. I'm in
Okay.
Nashville. But yeah, like I don't know. They say gal. I don't know. Shoot.
Gal.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what the young folks say these days. I just know what folks said back
We gotta
back
figure
in
it
the street.
out. We was in them streets. They was we was in the streets in the '60s.
No, no, we country down here. So no,
Damn,
that
gal.
was when Cash Money was taking over. What you mean?
Oh
Like
man.
I don't know. Like I don't know.
Next time we talk, we gotta figure out what is the pickup line in Nashville. I bet you it's some interesting shit though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure your sons will know. Somebody know. Like, what is the new? But ask your son. Like, if you seen a cute girl, what would you say to her? You know what I'm saying? I need to know that. Like, the Nashville pickup slang, because that's what I would be calling you from now on. I just don't know. I just don't know what it is.
I'm telling you, like last thing I remember, they be like, "Yeah, my gal, you trying to be my gal?" It's listen, we country, okay?
It gotta switch up. It done switched up. Like you just been low key, too low key. It done switched.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. And then like I'm just not coming back to Nashville, and it's
Mhm.
changed. Like I'm
Mhm.
talking so much. So it's nothing like what it was when I was living here last. Like I've been in Texas
Mhm.
and
Okay.
Cali.
Okay.
So coming back, I don't know what they doing these days.
Mhm.
I don't know. I have to ask around.
Yeah, ask around though. Figure that out for me. I need to. I'm so curious. So, how is they pulling chicks in Nashville? Because I might come down there and I can't come down there and just be like, "What up, shorty?" You know what I mean? They gonna be like,
Hey,
"Excuse
listen,
me."
you could come
I
down here.
mean, gal. Oh, okay.
Listen, listen. You ain't even gotta say nothing. Like you come down here, like they gonna be able to smell the newness on you. They gonna
Mm,
be on you anyway, because you gonna
mm.
be technically fresh off the boat. So
Uh
yeah, they'll be able to tell. Oh, you ain't from here, huh? But then too, it's a very large Detroit community here.
oh.
A lot
Mhm.
of people from the D live here. So
Mhm. I got family
yeah,
down there. I got family down
yeah.
there, and yeah, yeah, yep. You already
Hmm.
know. So
Yeah. So yeah. But they're gonna be on you anyway. You ain't gotta say too much.
ain't nobody gonna be on me for real, for real.
Oh yes they are.
Nah, we can bet. We can bet. I
Okay.
like taking
But
money.
it's nothing. It's nothing more where it came from.
Indeed, indeed. It's always a
But
pleasure. It's always a pleasure. I think I'm gonna end this and get to bed because I got this class in the morning and I ain't trying to stay up all night super late and not get to this class or oversleep. So I think I'm gonna tap out. I tapped
all
in
right.
and I'm gonna tap out. But it's been fun. It's a pleasure. I think I'm gonna start doing this though, like a little bit more, talking to people and building. But it's just fizzling out and dying out. So
All right, bet that. Well, you rest well and
mhm.
I'll catch you next time.
And I'll catch you on the flip side very soon. I'm sure of that.
All right, bet